Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. This is now an expensive 3. Look like we're heading to 3.5. 43.5 to 44 is your total. So the Chargers lose to the Lions last week in a track meet, and you get a Green Bay Packers team that, Love actually looked. I rewatched the game because that was one of the ones I wasn't really paying attention to. Love looked okay at times. Like, he still makes some plays where you shake your head, but could they have some offensive success against this Chargers defense that's giving it up to everybody? It's a banged up Keenan Allen. It looks like he's going to play, but he's banged up. Could one shot take him out of the game? And now who in the hell is Justin Herbert going to throw to? I can't lay 3 on the road with the Chargers. I just can't do it. Steven, what are you looking at here in this one?
Never Chargers at this price. I was able to find a 3.5 on Green Bay at -120, but I had to get a little creative. Sometimes when you have a side like the Chargers that's sitting at Chargers -3 at -120, the other side's going to be Packers +3 at even money. But if you go and click into the book and move the spread or find an alternate spread, that's how I was able to find Green Bay +3.5 at the -120. So just a tip out there for everybody who's in the sportsbook app world. I agree with you, man. If they put up 5.8 yards per play against the Rams and 6.1 yards per play against the Steelers, why can't Jordan Love and this offense do the same thing against the Chargers defense, who even before last week getting throttled by the Lions were still bottom 10 in every advanced metric and currently sit right now 29th in yards per play allowed for this pitiful Chargers defense. So yeah, I think 3 in the hook is just fine here for Green Bay at home in the elements against a dome team.
Adam, I don't like backing Jordan Love, but I think if this thing gets to 3.5, if I can get a 3.5 and it looks like it's heading that direction, I might do it. I think that the Chargers defense is just bad enough to keep Green Bay in this thing for a while. And if you're telling me they got to win by the other side of a field goal, I just don't know if that's going to be the case for me. So I'm almost secretly hoping it doesn't get to 3.5 so I don't have to bet the Packers, but I think that would be the buy point for me.
So to further Steven's point, I think we can make a blanket statement for people who are newer to this. If the difference between 3 and 3.5 is 10 cents, do it. Most people who are listening to us are not betting the kind of stakes where you're going to get yourself in trouble buying points at 10 cents, right? I mean, really anything up to $50, $100 bets, it's not going to cost you such a significant amount that it's going to be a problem in the long run. And it's going to give you much better probability of winning your bet in the end. So that being said, Matt, I'm going to throw a question back to you about whether or not to play the Packers. If you think the Packers are going to be live in this game, you think the Packers are live in a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game?
Lower scoring game.
Interesting. Okay. I do not see where the Packers
opposite.
are. Yeah.
I think the opposite for the record, Adam.
I think if the Packers are live, I think the Packers are live because of the fact that the Chargers defense is as bad as it is. And we saw last week against, we can at least call Pittsburgh a functional defense, right? We're not calling them the best defense in the league, but we can call Pittsburgh a functional defense. Yes. That functional. Green Bay was able to have some level of offensive success. So to me, if the Packers are live, they're live in a game that plays to a higher score. I am not someone, as you've heard earlier in this pod, who is big on overs, but I do have a lean toward over here if you like the Packers. 44 is the current number at the moment. I think the one thing you can feel confident about is that the Chargers can score. And the Chargers are playing the kind of game right now that's going to allow them to put points on the board. Justin Herbert gets farther and farther away from that broken finger on the non-throwing hand. And the farther he gets away from it, the better this offense has been playing. And Green Bay's defense is terrible. All of that said, the one place that I would feel comfortable, because I don't want to trust the Chargers, I don't want to trust the Packers, I am leaning toward over. I would like to know for 100% sure that Keenan Allen would be not just a go, but a full go. The sprain that he has in his shoulder, he's saying he's playing, but I don't really know how much he's going to be playing. So maybe it's a situation to wait till the game starts and play it live.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's some pause there, right? If he doesn't go, or if we knew he was only 70% or something like that, because that wide receiver core is just absolutely
that's why I bought the juice and did 3.5 because of the Keenan Allen situation. I was very confident that he's not going to be anywhere near 100% in this game, and I thought the greater likelihood was that he was going to potentially get a questionable or a doubtful tag, and we'd start going back the other way on the spread. So I'd be surprised if we get a flat 3.5 in this game, to be honest, with the Keenan Allen situation.